Now, again, I want to emphasize the expression encoder plugin because it's very quick and easy. It allows you to publish directly from Encoder. It will actually also allow you to preview your other Silverlight streaming content, and it does the hard bit, which is building the manifest. The manifest file is the main place that most people get sort of stuck with Silverlight 1.0 applications and trying to get them into Silverlight streaming. So if you can, use Expression Encoder. Now what happens when you're consuming Silverlight streaming is that user has their web browser. On your website, you have an iframe or source that points to Silverlight streaming, but you have all the HTML, the CSS, all the images, all that sort of static content comes down from your server. All the XAML, the rich media, the Silverlight applications, all of that comes off of Silverlight streaming. That way, you don't end up having to worry about bandwidth or latencies or storage space for all of that content. Now, in order to make this happen, there's a couple of different ways you can create your web page. You can use an iframe. This is especially powerful if you don't have JavaScript enabled for your page. All you need to do is embed the iframe on your page, and here you can see what the URL looks like, which is basically Silverlight Streaming Services, and then the account ID, and then the app name. So here's that auto-generated app name and then an account ID. And then you can also put in some style things because it is a frame. Now all of this is available straight off of the website itself. So if you ever forget, you can always go into the particular application, and then you can drill down and say, here is the method for embedding as an iframe. So you can see that's the iframe. If I take this and paste it in, you'll see that I can actually just, it automatically redirects me to another site, which is the actual distribution content, and you can see that I get loaded up as an iframe directly into content. Now, if you want a little more control with, like, say, the JavaScript, being able to access that from your web page, then we also have a control which is available. You need to basically modify a namespace and then put a couple of JavaScript headers into your page that load up our controls, and then somewhere anywhere within the HTML that you want to put, you just need to put your the HTML dev live control in here, and then under the source attribute, you'll see there is the app ID, the account name plus the app name. And again, that is the same thing that's also in the page. So method 2, use a live control. Here's how you'd access that. Now for playback, a lot of people ask if you need live ID to playback. There is no account authentication required to log in to do viewing. All you need to do is have the iframe or that control loaded to the browser, and then the content will be distributed to an edge node, cached somewhere closer to the actual end user, and loaded from there. So they just need a playback URL. They don't need a Windows Live ID. It's very simple. It's just copy and paste the code from the admin site that we just saw. One of the other options a lot of people use Silverlight streaming for is posting videos on your blogs, especially if you use Windows Live Writer, which is a very popular client blog tool across a number of different services. It works for our blogging tools as well as a number of others because it uses the standard blog APIs. Now, the Silverlight streaming application plugin for it is available up on gallery.live.com. What this allows you to do is you tell it your account ID and password. It will use the web APIs, go out and figure out whatever is in your current Silverlight streaming account, or you can paste new videos into it and it'll take care of it, and it'll do all the wrapper content for you that you need automatically, so that you can just put videos directly into your blog entries. So it's all pretty simple and straightforward. You build your Silverlight content, get your Silverlight streaming account, upload your content to your account and then modify your web page to load your Silverlight application from Silverlight Streaming instead of from your local site. Next question then is, what do you get for this? Currently, the storage is, everything is free while it's currently in beta. Its storage is up to 10 gigabytes without ads. Maximum video size is 100 megabytes or 10 minutes at 1.4 megabits. So you can have a 1.4 megabit video stream for 10 minutes. The full terms and detail are available at this URL. Now, while the product's in pre-release, we're still up to 10 gigabytes without band streaming of that size. And you are limited to 5 terabits of bandwidth per month. That's quite a bit of bandwidth anyway. And once the service goes live, then there will be some sort of advertising model that goes on for the free streaming or with payment for a nominal fee, most likely for use without advertising. One of the frequently asked questions people say is, do I have to zip it up? Well, for the 1.0, yes you do. For 1.0 applications, it needs to be all grouped together as a file set which loads up. So each file set has to be in a zip file, has to have the manifest. That keeps everything simple. And in general, each file set represents one Silverlight application. So all the various things you can do on the administrative website, silverlight.live.com, you can manage things, you can upload, deleting, regenerating your account key is generally important to keep in fact, as well as transcoding. We haven't talked about transcoding. That's the video service, which is real simple to do. I mentioned that this is all about applications, and we haven't really looked at this other tab, which is the Manage Videos tab. So if you don't really care about which UI you get for the video, you can just take any particular video you want, click on Upload a Video, and make sure then go and browse the file you want, and then give it a title, and then upload the video, and it'll push it up to the website. And as long as it's one of our recognized formats, because they recognize a whole number of formats, even if it's QuickTime or some of the other formats, the non-Microsoft formats, they will transcode it to the proper WMV compliant video. If it already is a WMV video, then you can check the box and it won't do any transcoding at all, as long as it's under a 1.4 megabit bit rate. But the idea here then is that if you just have a video and you don't really care about wrapping up in the application, you take the video, you upload it, and then, for example, I have some virtual Earth videos here. I just uploaded this directly, and you'll get just the standard Silverlight streaming interface here. At which point, this is the video you would get if you drop it in. So if I have an iframe, I could take the iframe and pop it in directly into whatever page that I wanted, say if it was on my blog or on my website, and then I have my video that would be able to run directly without any real issues. If I skip past my buffer point. And the other thing about this is the new feature recently was the ability to link directly to videos. You can't link directly to other types of files, just to WMVs. But if I wanted to use a media player or something like that, I could punch this URL in, since that goes directly to this specific video stored within the Windows Live Silverlight streaming service. So Silverlight streaming is still currently in beta, but it is on production hardware, so it will scale. It's on the final set of hardware. It's intended to scale up. Currently doesn't have any ads, but the ads are on the roadmap with revenue sharing. There is a beta for the ad program starting up. Contact your Microsoft representative if you're interested in seeing if there's available spots open for that. And these are a couple of links